Chinese mythology has always been a rich source of inspiration for filmmakers. In this video, we will explore how ancient Chinese myths and legends have been brought to life on the big and small screen, from the earliest black and white adaptations to the latest CGI epics. Along the way, we'll examine how these stories have evolved and adapted over time, while continuing to capture the imaginations of audiences today. Before we dive in, I just want to say a huge thank you to our supporters for making videos like this one possible. If you would like to support us and get access to exclusive content, please consider supporting us. Ancient Roots. A look back at classic Chinese mythology. Chinese mythology is rooted in a polytheistic belief system that emphasizes the interconnectedness of gods, demons, and humans. Core to this tradition are tales of gods and demons battling for control of the mortal realm, with the ultimate struggle between good and evil. These myths served not only as entertainment but also as a way to explain natural phenomena and reinforce societal values. Ancient Chinese literature is filled with epic poems and folklore that recount these myths, such as the classic 16th century novel, Journey to the West, which tells the story of the Monkey King and his journey to retrieve Buddhist scriptures. Another influential text is the 14th century Investiture of the Gods, an epic poem narrating the rise and fall of the Shang and Zhou dynasties and featuring a pantheon of gods and demons. These myths were not merely stories, but a reflection of the Chinese worldview, emphasizing the importance of family, loyalty, and respect for one's elders. They also contained elements of satire, social commentary, and critiques of authority, demonstrating the adaptability and complexity of this rich mythological tradition. Early cinematic adaptations. Paying homage to the classics, the first cinematic adaptations of these myths began in the early days of Chinese film. One of the earliest and most influential adaptations was the 1966 version of Journey to the West, produced by the Shanghai Film Studio. This movie not only introduced the Monkey King's son Wukong to a wider audience, but also established many of the visual tropes that would become synonymous with Chinese mythology on film. The use of colorful costumes, elaborate set designs, and martial arts fight choreography created a unique visual language that celebrated the fantastical elements of the source material. Similarly, the 1976 version of The Legend of the Condor Heroes, based on the martial arts novel of the same name by Jin Yong, became a cultural phenomenon in Hong Kong cinema. It introduced iconic characters like Guo, Jing, and Wang, and helped establish the wuxia, or martial arts fantasy genre, as a major force in Chinese filmmaking. These early adaptations not only entertained audiences, but also played a significant role in shaping the national identity of China during a time of cultural and political change. Modern interpretations, reinventing the classics for a new generation in recent decades. Chinese mythology has experienced a resurgence in popularity, particularly in film and television. This renewed interest can be attributed to several factors, including a growing desire for authentic Chinese stories and characters, the success of previous adaptations, and advancements in special effects technology. Today, there is a wide range of adaptations of classic Chinese myths and legends being produced, catering to diverse audiences and exploring different aspects of these ancient tales. For example, the recent film adaptations of Journey to the West have taken creative liberties with the source material, introducing new characters and storylines while retaining the core themes of the original. These adaptations often feature updated dialogue and humor that resonates with modern audiences. Additionally, advancements in CGI and special effects technology have allowed filmmakers to create visually stunning depictions of the mythical creatures and fantastical settings found in these stories. The 2014 film The Monkey King, starring Chow Yun-fat, is a prime example of this, utilizing cutting-edge visual effects to bring the Monkey King and his world to life in a way that had never been seen before. Furthermore, Chinese mythology has also found a global audience in recent years, with the international success of films like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Monster Hunt. Hollywood is increasingly recognizing the potential of these ancient stories and is collaborating with Chinese filmmakers to produce co-productions that appeal to both domestic and international audiences. This has led to a new wave of adaptations that are more accessible and appealing to a global audience. For instance, the Netflix series A Love So Beautiful is a modern retelling of the classic romance. The Romance of the Gods and features a predominantly young cast that appeals to a younger demographic. Overall, the recent adaptations of Chinese mythology demonstrate the enduring appeal of these ancient stories and their ability to be reinvented for new audiences, while still remaining true to their cultural roots. Visual aesthetics: the enduring allure of traditional Chinese art and design. One of the key elements that makes Chinese mythology so visually appealing is the rich artistic heritage that informs its aesthetic. Traditional Chinese art forms such as calligraphy, painting, and sculpture have long celebrated the beauty of simplicity, balance, and harmony. These principles are evident in the design of sets, costumes, and props used in film and television adaptations of Chinese mythology. For example, the use of natural materials such as bamboo and stone creates a sense of tranquility and connection to nature. The incorporation of traditional Chinese patterns and motifs adds layers of meaning and symbolism, inviting viewers to appreciate the cultural significance of these elements. Moreover, the color palette used in Chinese mythology adaptations often draws inspiration from traditional Chinese painting, featuring muted tones and natural hues that evoke a sense of timelessness and nostalgia. The attention to detail in recreating traditional crafts and incorporating them into the visual narrative contributes to the immersive experience, transporting viewers to a world where ancient traditions and mythical elements coexist. Themes and motifs: exploring love, loss, good and evil, despite the fantastical elements of Chinese mythology at its core. It deals with universal themes that resonate with audiences across cultures and time periods. Love, loss, good and evil are recurring motifs that are explored through the various characters and their relationships. For example, the love story between the Monkey King and his wife, Princess Ironfan, as depicted in Journey to the West, is a tale of devotion and sacrifice. The battle between good and evil is another central theme that drives many of these myths. The Monkey King's initial rebellion against the Jade Emperor and his subsequent redemption through his journey to retrieve Buddhist scriptures is a classic example of this struggle. By exploring these universal themes, Chinese mythology transcends its historical and cultural context, connecting with audiences on a deeper emotional level. Impact and legacy: shaping Chinese culture and identity. The impact of Chinese mythology on Chinese culture and identity is profound. These myths and legends have been passed down through generations, shaping the values, beliefs, and artistic expressions of Chinese society. The stories of gods and demons battling for control of the mortal realm have inspired countless works of art, literature, and film. The visual aesthetics of traditional Chinese art have heavily influenced the portrayal of Chinese mythology in film and television, emphasizing balance, harmony, and the beauty of simplicity. Furthermore, the enduring popularity of Chinese mythology is evident in its continued presence in contemporary culture. From video games to theme parks, these ancient tales continue to capture the imagination of people of all ages. The recent success of film and television adaptations demonstrates the timeless appeal of these stories and their ability to resonate with modern audiences. Conclusion: embracing the magic and wonder. In conclusion, Chinese mythology has left an indelible mark on film and television, captivating audiences with its rich tapestry of gods, demons, and epic tales. From the early cinematic adaptations that established the visual language of Chinese mythology to the modern interpretations that breathe new life into these ancient stories, filmmakers have embraced the magic and wonder of these myths, making them relevant to contemporary audiences. As technology advances and new storytelling techniques emerge, we can expect even more innovative and immersive adaptations of Chinese mythology in the future. So, let us continue to embrace the magic and wonder of these timeless tales and celebrate their enduring legacy in film and television. What do you think of the evolution of Chinese mythology in film and television? Which adaptation is your favorite? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to support us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.